celebrating, as are the players. But next, it's their nemesis. A trip to Stoke on Saturday, and that may well be the pivotal fixture, which will decide whether Arsenal are top four or not. Southampton 0, Arsenal 2.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by Brickfield's Asia College, the fastest and smartest way. MyEG, your e-government service provider. And Wanda Coffee. Try the new Wanda Extra Presso.
Stay strong, bro. Stay strong.
Wanda Extra Presso, brewed from premium Arabica coffee beans for a stronger coffee taste.
Wanda Coffee.
So how much you want?
65,000 ringgit?
What? What? Like that you want 65K?
I could do with 60,000 ringgit.
Start the car. Cannot start, try again.
55,000 only?
You meet all sorts selling your car. Let My Motor filter them for you.
Imagine an education that takes you beyond classrooms, which does not limit you, which prepares you for the challenges that lie ahead. With ample options and different career paths, and support from a global network of universities, where you will build friendships that will change your life forever and be ready to change the world. This is the future of education. Brickfield's Asia College, the best brand in education.
What happened, bro?
I have no idea. Where's our set?
Relax, okay. Pretty sure this is the main room. I saw the blueprint just now.
All right.
This is the main room.
Now we have a real battleship for us.
That's right, and we're so happy right now because this is it. You guys been talking about the studio. We need to change it up, and we listen to you guys. So this is it, boys. A60 Season 2.
It's in space.
Hey, we gotta stop playing the game. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, that turns good men cruel. No one stays good in this world. He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and we have to destroy him.
Super Rugby on Setanta Sports, all 8 times from round 13 live, including the Chiefs face off against the Crusaders.
Looking left and right.
And gets close and scores. The Sunwolves meet the Sharks in Singapore. And the Waratahs and Rebels clash in Sydney.
Hooper going for the line. It's over!
Super Rugby round 13. Watch every game on Setanta.
Kekuatan, kepantasan dan kekentalan bergabung dalam Kejohanan Rugby Asia 2017 Division 1 secara langsung di Astro Arena dan HD.
Come on, Team Malaysia, we'll be cheering you on. Outdo yourselves
A bit of trickery there once again from Lee Chong-wei.
The entire nation is behind you, Team Malaysia. Feed off our support and let us be your strength on the court. Come on!
And Malaysia have topped Group D.
All eyes and hearts will be glued to the TV come the Sudirman Cup. Malaysia boleh!
New 100 Plus Active. No fizz with added vitamins.
Ahead in Daily, we bid farewell to White Hart Lane, but there's one more game. And we will tell you why Spurs cannot live without Kerwai. Plus, we celebrate winners, including these men from Rotterdam. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Daily. It is Reem together with Amanda checking in on a Monday.
Happy Monday, and to those of you who don't already know, we are also live on YouTube, so head on there now. I mean, come on, it's not like we're dinosaurs living in the Stone Age, so use that data.
I agree with that, and it's kind of funny that you mentioned dinosaurs, Amanda, because guess what? It's Dinosaur Day today.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Reem, because being the dinosaur expert, I just want to say, fun fact, it's celebrated twice annually on the 15th of May and 1st of June.
Okay, so expert, what's your favorite dinosaur?
I'm gonna go with the Stegosaurus. It kind of sounds like a Pokemon, really cute, don't you think?
Yeah,
how about you, Reem?
A little bit. I like the classics. I like T-Rex.
Ah, good choice. Man-eater there. Ah.
Beware. Speaking of dinosaurs, Tottenham bid farewell to their old ground White Hart Lane after 118 years.
Spurs were unbeaten at home so far, and with one more match at the Lane in the season, if they win that, they'll go unbeaten at the home the entire season.
That is, of course, a feat they last achieved back in 1964-1965 season. So these were the scenes from one last time at White Hart Lane. Keyword here being last, that it even got manager Maurizio Pochettino emotional during the pre-match interview.
Will you be emotional?
Of course, I am Latin person, people, and yes. But first of all, we need to be focused in try to play well, to try to deserve to win, and again a very good team like Manchester United.
Despite the celebratory mood surrounding the stadium, Tottenham knew they had a task at hand against the visitors, Manchester United. All they needed was for Eric Bailly to concede a set piece, but look right here. The ball boy showing Dele Alli where the ball should be. Not happy with that, Ali requested Christian Eriksen to take it instead. And with 20 assists to his name already this season, that sounded like a very wise choice, no?
Eriksen's take. Whipped in by Davis. Oh, it's a crunching header from Victor Wanyama. And Tottenham have their celebratory lead.
With that 6-minute opener, Spurs have now scored 23 first-half goals at home this season, and it's also safe to say no other team has scored more than them. United tried to respond 12 minutes later. Anthony Martial got close with his trademark curler, but the ball went wide off the far post. The Frenchman can't help but think how close that would have been to an equalizer. Down at the other hand, Son Heung-min with a big chance, but David De Gea denied him, and then Eriksen with a shot wide off the mark. David Ginola thinks he could have done a better job, and so does Teddy Sheringham. Off the interval, Bailly conceded another set piece, and we all know what's about to happen.
Eriksen, it's in! And it's Harry Kane! Had to be, meant to be, written.
That was Eriksen's 9th Premier League assist for Harry Kane. No player has provided more for a teammate this campaign. It's also Kane's first goal against United in 7 attempts. Ander Herrera then not looking impressed, coming on at 2-0 down. Jose Mourinho's boys found the breakthrough with 19 minutes remaining. It is Wayne Rooney's lucky 7th at the Lane. It even got both sets of managers talking about him, but not for long.
Away and blew the final whistle. Tottenham did seal it with a kiss. It is Tottenham's day, and so White Hart Lane it is au revoir, if not goodbye. Wembley will be a grand temporary Tottenham residence, but hasten the day when Spurs come back to their home, their spiritual rightful home, their home for the glory generations to come.
That result didn't only confirm Tottenham's second-place finish in the league, it also meant that Spurs have the best home record in the Premier League this season. Justice was done to the 118-year-old ground, but Manchester United boss Jose Mourinho insisted his side is more than that.
I don't know the way they think. I don't know what is important for them. We, Manchester United, for us, is more important to win titles than to finish top 4. So if we can win a third title, or like you like to say, a second title, if we can do that, would be magnificent for us, because we don't fight. We know that is a big objective. We know that if we lose the final, we don't play Champions League. We know that, but we fight for titles.
However, nothing was going to take this away, this special day from Pochettino and his players, not even the special one.
I think it was a very emotional game. It was a very emotional ceremony, and it's so difficult to split all, no, to describe. I think was I am a very lucky guy, because to share the history of this such of club in that special moment is so lucky.
Saying goodbye can be a tough thing to do. After all, it has been over a century that the Lily Whites have occupied the ground, especially during the Premier League era. There were some nice things to say by a few of these players. Darren Anderton with the most appearances at the Lane, Jermaine Defoe with the most goals, and Harry Kane with the most hat-tricks. I bet they will one day look back at those fond memories at the Lane.
Get ugly. Get ugly.
You're too sexy to me. You're too sexy to me. So sexy.
Damn, that's ugly.
Pretty faced girls trying to press each other, and I'm undercover freaks who ain't none but trouble. Baby, I'ma tell you some only 'cause I love you. People all around the world, sexy mother.
Get ugly. Get ugly.
You're too sexy to me. You're too sexy to me. So sexy.
Damn, that's ugly.
Now, the Golden State Warriors was on the verge of losing their perfect run in this year's playoffs. But then Lady Luck was on their side in the third quarter. And by some miracle, they staged the largest comeback win in a conference final in 15 years. First, San Antonio welcomed this man back in the starting squad, and it completely put up the Warriors. They committed 12 of their 19 turnovers in the first 2 quarters. Draymond Green guilty of one of them here. Jonathan Simmons making it count. Next, JaVale McGee turning that over to Manu Ginobili. LaMarcus Aldridge making it a 14-point game. Then Andre Iguodala paid the price for underestimating Ginobili. Spurs would lead by 25 at one point in this game. The Warriors needed a new game plan.
Wings run like crazy, right? Just settle in on like 3 stops in a row. Let's get 3 stops in a row, and the push will come from that, and the pace will come from that, all right?
But then Lady Luck smiled on the Warriors. Kawhi Leonard hurt the same ankle that kept him out of the conference semis against Houston, and he would not be able to continue. Golden State saw an opportunity and went on an 18-0 run, bringing down the gap to just 6 with that. Minutes later, it was only 3 with less than 2 to go. Steph Curry from the same spot to tie things. Greg Popovich wondering what went wrong. 40 points for this guy, explaining what went wrong early on.
They were playing well, but we were beating ourselves pretty much the whole first quarter. The first half, just rushing, not getting stopped, giving them offensive rebounds. It's the playoffs. You got to take a win any way you can get it.
Curry is absolutely right, 100%. Just take a look at the difference Kawhi makes to the Warriors. With Leonard on the floor, the Warriors turned the ball over more times and couldn't make their field goals count. Without Leonard, they improved by 18% in the paint to notch what was the 3rd largest halftime comeback in NBA postseason history.
What will this series require the rest of the way?
What that last 24 minutes for us was, just aggressiveness, attention to detail, and winning the possession game. We gotta really play physical in the paint and try to keep their bigs out of the offense rebound position, and obviously make shots helps.
We made too many mistakes, to play a team like that. Great effort. tough loss, great opportunity, and we let it slip away.
They hit us in the mouth early, and it's a game you needed to, kind of wake us up a bit. We know what this team is about. No matter who's on the court, they're going to keep coming at you. They're going to play hard every possession, and they're going to keep possessions alive.
The thing could have gone either way. Being down 25 or whatever we were down, I give our guys a ton of credit. They stayed composed. Not one point in the game did our guys hang their head or think or even not believe.
And we will have more live hoop action for you tomorrow. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between Boston and Washington, 8 a.m. on Astro Super Sport 4. Otherwise, Michelle and Lez Ann will give that down low on tomorrow's edition of Daily.
Coming up after the short break, we will tell you why these people do nothing but win.
Halo, jaga adik ya?
Baiklah, Mak.
Along adik, jangan lupa guna sabun Dettol tu. Bila badan bersih, baru tak ada kuman. Aduh.
Dettol, melindungi setiap detik kehidupan. Dettol 100% yakin.
Gel mandian Dettol kini RM6.90. Try new Veet Sensitive Touch, especially designed to remove hair from your delicate areas gently without any fear of cuts. Its different heads help trim and style with precision. Just Veet it.
Oh, what a superb run. And he finds the back of the net. What an extraordinary day he has had.
Got to score. Got to score. No excuses.
How unlucky can you get? There is no such thing as perfect. It had controversy, it had goals. That is football's 7th heaven.
Fans are very important for us. Thank you for the support and keep going.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by Brickfields Asia College, the fastest and smartest way. MyEG, your e-government service provider. And Wanda Coffee. Try the new Wanda Extra Presso.
Say hello to more new routes. Malindo Air invites you to adventure away in Brisbane. Wander into the seaport city of Yangon. And hustle away in Guangzhou, China's 3rd largest city. Premium service inclusive of meals, in-flight entertainment, and 30 kg baggage allowance. Book now at malindoair.com.
Welcome back to Daily. It's time to take a stroll around the world. First destination, the United States. David Villa, eager to end FC Dallas's unbeaten run in the league, having gone 1-0 down. Tommy McNamara came up with the equalizer in the 69th minute. That result meant Dallas have extended their unbeaten run to 9 games now.
Over to Portugal. FC Porto secured a second-place finish in the league after coming from behind to win 4-1 at Paços de Ferreira. Yacine Brahimi was the hero of the day. He finished the game with a brace. That also means they've secured automatic qualification into the Champions League.
To somewhere closer to our vicinity, Japan, Kashima Antlers suffered a shock 2-1 defeat to Vissel Kobe, causing them to lose the top spot in the J-League. After an own goal from Daigo Nishi, Kobe's Kazuma Watanabe's headed goal sealed the win for his side.
And back to Europe now. Bayern Munich emerged winners in a top-of-the-table clash with Red Bull Leipzig. Despite at one point leading 4-2 thanks to a Timo Werner brace, Bayern fought back into the game, needing an Iron Robin strike late on to seal a 5-4 thriller win. Now, that's what I call a game.
And to our final stop, the Netherlands. Ajax finished second in the Eredivisie despite a convincing 3-1 win over Willem. The title chasers even had the audacity to field their youngest starting lineup in 61 years with the average age of 20 years and 139 days.
Staying in Holland for our celebration of winners.
The last time Feyenoord lifted the Dutch Eredivisie title, My Heart Will Go On was the #1 song heard around the world.
And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was the #1 TV show in town.
And the San Antonio Spurs became the first defending champion in the NBA final in 13 years.
Did you know DJ Khaled was only 24 years old, and that was the year 1999?
And just like Feyenoord, Rafa Nadal, Lewis Hamilton and Kim Si-woo this week, all he wanted to do is win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Rotterdam was the place to be on the final match day of the Dutch League. With only 1 point separating the two top teams, Dirk Kuyt knew only a win would do, and he didn't wait long to get the ball rolling. 10 minutes later, he decided to give his team some breathing space, completing his brace against Heracles, who had an outside chance of qualifying for Europe next season with a win. Then with less than 10 minutes to go, Kuyt got the chance to end his season with a hat-trick. That's his 15th of this campaign. Feyenoord get maximum points and win their first league title in 18 years. Cue the celebrations all over Rotterdam.
Another individual who's used to winning is Rafael Nadal. He faced Dominic Thiem, an opponent who he holds a 4-1 advantage in past meetings. This time in the Madrid Open final, Rafa was leaving nothing to chance, showing off his flexibility on clay, a trait he's been showing through the years. Following that forehand winner, Rafa showed variety this time with a backhand winner. Thiem still without answers against the king of clay. He did come out with his own play though. That backhand drop volley tied things up in the set tie break. But it was Rafa who took the first set courtesy of an unforced error from Thiem. The world #4 continued his fine form on clay in the second set, this time making Thiem root it to the court. In what would be his 30th ATP Masters title, Rafa finished the match in style. The Spaniard also maintained his perfect record on clay this year. What a winner. We are not done honoring our winners from the weekend, but it wasn't Kimi Raikkonen's day at the Spanish Grand Prix, although the Finn was forced to retire on the first lap after a collision. We're sure he was a winner in the heart of this young fan. Neither was it a day to remember for Max Verstappen retiring in his second race of the season. It was definitely a race to remember for Ferrari and Mercedes, though battling all over the track. Sebastian Vettel coming out victorious against Valtteri Bottas, giving that young Ferrari fan a reason to cheer. Bottas would eventually call it a day after lap 39 due to engine failure. Toto Wolff not a happy man until Lewis Hamilton gave Vettel a piece of his own medicine, overtaking the Scarlet Red driver close to the end to seal his 55th career race win and his second of the season, his first in Spain since 2014.
The final day of the Players' Championship saw history made. 21-year-old Kim Si-woo became the youngest winner of the competition. Here at the 7th, he shot his second birdie of the round to go 2 under par. A total of 3 birdies, including at the 9th here, would see him finish 3 under for the day. His closest challenger, Aaron Poulter, ran into some trouble at the hole, making life difficult for himself when he sent his shot into the gallery. And if he had managed to get par here, he'd have finished 2 shots behind the eventual champion. But instead, he had to settle for a bogey, his second of the round, placing tied for second alongside Louis Oosthuizen. And that leaves Si-woo, who is the youngest active player on the PGA Tour, with a very little to do in the end. It's his second win on the tour, following victory at the 2016 Wyndham Championship.
So there you have it. Some of the people in those stories, they were just born winners.
That's right. I mean, they can't help it that their DNA just spells a W-I-N, you know.
There were, however, more wins during the weekend, but we just couldn't fit them in yet.
I think I know exactly where this is heading. We are talking about Chelsea and Hull City. All that and the weekend wrap next on Daily.
Say hello to more new routes. Malindo Air invites you to adventure away in Brisbane. Wander into the seaport city of Yangon. And hustle away in Guangzhou, China's third largest city. Premium service inclusive of meals, in-flight entertainment, and 30 kg baggage allowance. Book now at malindoair.com.
The Prudential Astro Masters celebrates 20 years of golfing excellence and is back to challenge golfers on the best courses with great goodies plus awesome prizes in all par 3s, including a Mazda 6 valued at 216,000 ringgit. The Grand Finals takes place in Muscat, Oman. So don't miss out. This could be your year.
Try new Veet Sensitive Touch, especially designed to remove hair from your delicate areas gently without any fear of cuts. Its different heads help trim and style with precision. Just Veet it.
Halo, jaga adik ya?
Baiklah, Mak.
Along adik, jangan lupa guna sabun Dettol tu. Bila badan bersih, baru tak ada kuman. Aduh.
Dettol, melindungi setiap detik kehidupan. Dettol 100% yakin.
Gel mandian Dettol, kini RM6.90.
Welcome back. So Chelsea sealed their title in the early hours of Saturday with a 1-0 win over West Brom.
That would be their 5th league title since Roman Abramovich took over the club. No team has won more since he came into the picture.
And it was also John Terry's 5th title of his career. What a wonderful farewell gift for the highly decorated skipper, don't you think?
Yep. Kicking off our weekend wrap, here are your Premier League champions, Chelsea.
The most successful skipper in Premier League history. John, it's been a different year for you, but congratulations, your 5th Premier League winners' medal.
Yeah, listen, fantastic for me, but these boys have been on the field doing it week in, week out. Gaz and everyone's been brilliant, so delighted, and it's been a delight for me to sit there and watch and see it from a different perspective. I'm delighted for the boys and everyone at the football club.
You say it's been a delight for you to sit there and watch it. What do you think is special about this group?
The togetherness is shown from day one, even when we lost games early on. You know, when we lost to Arsenal away, when we lost to Liverpool on, the togetherness to come back and regroup and go on that winning streak that we went on was incredible, and I think fundamental in that season.
But tell us about the manager. What did he bring to the club to turn it around in terms of what happened last season to become Premier League champions?
We told a lot about him already. We all know he's a fantastic manager. He worked a lot in training, and I think it was the key for us this season. So yeah, full credit on him and also on the players.
Marcus, was also the key moment perhaps when you changed to 3 at the back this season?
Oh, also in the start of the season, I think the team was playing very good. No, we had a couple of bad games and we switched the system, and looks like the team took it very well, and we've been playing very good since. I think it's as Eddie said, thanks to the work we've been doing during all year in training. It's been amazing, and now we see the results.
That was absolute joy for Sam Allardyce as he maintained his record of not being relegated as manager, but not so much for Marco Silva and his Hull City Tigers. 4 months proved too short to save his club's misfortune. The Tigers' 4-0 loss to Crystal Palace over the weekend saw them concede a total of 73 goals, the most in the Premier League. However, only 29 of them were under the Portuguese. Up front, their 36 goals scored was only better than the other 2 demoted clubs, Middlesbrough and Sunderland, 19 of which came after Silva took over. The 2014 FA Cup finalists are the 33rd club to be relegated after gaining promotion. So, what's next for Silva?
Maybe they will get more next season.
No, now is not the moment to talk about the future, the A, B, C, the O, or the future, the manager. Now is the moment to, and the moment to think what is better for the club, and most important, what is better for the club.
Derek Jeter was honored by the New York Yankees by having his jersey retired. The former captain was also presented with several replica plaques before the regular season game against Houston. In a career spanning close to 2 decades, Jeter has won 5 World Series rings, was the Finals MVP in 2000, was a 14-time All-Star, and has won 5 Golden Glove awards.
There isn't a person or player I would trade places with that's playing now or ever. You know, I learned that time flies, memories fade, but family is forever. And I'll be eternally grateful to be a part of the Yankee family. So I can't thank you guys enough.
And here's some good news before we leave. We have a new national football team coach.
Yep, he's coached a few national teams like Portugal, Jordan, Iran, and Egypt, and even clubs like FC Seoul.
And his name is, drumroll, Nilo Vingada. So what are your thoughts?
One word, Amanda: experience, which, you know, I think our Harimau Malaya team can definitely benefit from. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm really excited. I guess we'll see in 2 weeks when he leads our team in facing North Korea. And with that, we bid you goodbye.
Bye.
We undeniable. We undeniable. We undeniable.
For 16 years, I kept this secret from my wife, my brother, my sons.
Mom, do you understand what he's done?
I just want to know what's going on.
What are we gonna do?
Are you going to go to jail?
Probably.
And he took our entire life savings.
So what are you saying? We have to turn him in?
You don't turn him in, you're an accomplice.
The world premiere of The Wizard of Lies. Sunday, May 21st, 8 a.m. Same time as the U.S. With the same day encore at 9 p.m. on HBO.
The ATP 1000 Internazionale BNL d'Italia on Astro Supersport 2 and Astro Go.